Living the Science of Mind, page 56. What the Mystics Have Taught. To begin with, the mystics have taught a perennial philosophy, which means that the deep spiritual thinkers of every age have arrived at certain conclusions independently of each other, and we may be certain that in the main, their conclusions were correct. The great spiritual seers of the age have taught that people are on the pathway of an eternal evolution, the purpose of which is to produce in the individual everything that is inherent in the nature of the divine, to feel back to this fundamental unity, to commune with it, to experience the beneficence of its presence, recognized and understood, is what is meant by mysticism. It would be impossible in the space at our disposal to use exhaustive quotations from the mystics, but you will find a thread of continuity running through them all. You will discover that they all arrived at approximately the same conclusions. It is worthy of note that throughout all their teachings, evil as a thing in itself disappears and becomes lack of the knowledge of truth. The theological concept of hell, the morbid teachings of the afterlife are missing from the teachings of the inspired because they knew that we all are in the process of evolution and that finally everyone will arrive at the same place, for God is incarnated in all. It is necessary for a student of the science of mind to understand this, for while we are often surrounded by negative conditions which most certainly seem evil, evil is never a thing in itself. Therefore, the mystics have taught that good finally must triumph over evil, even though it appears as though there were a struggle between the powers of light and darkness. In the Bibles of the world and many other sources, one persistent purpose, teaching, and conclusion runs through them all. The universe is a spiritual system, and we are some part of it. God is right where we are and is discovered at the center of our own being. Turning from everything that denies this and quietly contemplating the perfection of the inner person who is an incarnation of God, we meet the great reality in the only place we shall ever discover it, within our own hearts and souls and minds.